Good afternoon, folks. Now, just to give you an update, we've got about 12 hours before I have to get up sillily early for a flight all the way to Dublin, which is right here. And let me tell you, I've learnt some things from going on that last minute trip to Lisbon to get back into the whole travelling game. And let me share you with them right now if you want to see. So the first thing was that basically the main bit of the first video, which was the miniatures. These little things and the nightmares and how much you can carry and all that stuff. So what I did was I got one of the bags from Heathrow and I have kept it. So therefore I know exactly how much and what will be allowed through, and I can pack accordingly. That should make my journey through security much easier and better. And it should look like this. Boom. Perfect. Didn't pack the sunscreen because I'm not going to need it this week in Ireland. It barely gets above 15 degrees. So the second thing I learned from my travelling in Lisbon is to get yourself and invest in a decent pair of shoes. Now I have got these great walking boots from Regatta here, Outdoor Clothing. I know, very upmarket, very, very posh, but they seem to be doing the job because, as we remember from that disgusting video, there where I got that blister right here, this should really ease and prevent that from happening, and especially when I put the gel pad in at the bottom here, it's going to be very cushy, very lovely, and I think this is going to be the first time trying this out, but it should be much better on the old feet, especially when I'm going up and chasing the sunset and trying to get a view of things looking down at the city. Number 3, and we move into our tech portion of travelling. Now I bought this thing. It's a gimbal from DJI, and it does all this fancy pants shots and things, and it's great for a selfie, and because it's got the whole extendability thing, and you can guide your phone at an angle and do all that. So that's great when you're traveling by yourself and you need to get a good shot for your dating profile for the background. But when you're recording, sometimes it also plays up. But when I was recording some scenes and doing some things like this, these little gyratories, or whatever you want to call them, were making a low grade buzz in the background, and you can hear this it's very, very faint. It wouldn't put you off, but if you're a bit of an audio head, it would definitely put you off. So that's one thing to bear in mind. So this is great for getting the old B-roll and all that type malarkey, and doing all those really cool, nice, smooth gimbal shots. But for actually talking to the camera and stuff like that, it's a no, I'm afraid, because that damn gimbal there. Now the undoubted winner of the tech section was this little bad boy, the GoPro 10. Absolutely thoroughly recommended this. This was really brilliant. Really, you can have a small attachment, a big attachment, whatever you need on the end. I think I'm going to be taking a slightly bigger one so you can get even further away and just set it up more. But no, this was the absolutely undoubted winner, and I really like this one. This is absolutely brilliant. Cannot recommend this enough. I think this will be my primary kind of thing to camera, talking camera, because it's just great all rounder. You could easily hide it on yourself. You can put it in a small bag. It doesn't weigh that much, and also you can get the action shots if you're doing something like water skiing or stuff, and then you put the mod on if you're going on a city break. And yep, 100% fully on board with the GoPro camera, especially with the footage coming back. I mean, it was indistinguishable from the iPhone 13 here with the Rode mic, and was a little bit better as well with the sound quality, I'm going to say, because this has the opportunity to crackle and stuff if it's not put in right. Now this should just be a standard in life really, because most people do have one of these, but a tech battery rechargeable thing that you can just put and recharge phones and other items would be really handy at certain points during my trip. Not that the iPhone battery was or did die on me, but this just eases your mind. And as you can see, it's solar powered on the front, so you can attach that to your bag or your rucksack during the day, let it charge up, and it's got your nice connection ports at the top, which is absolutely wonderful. So you can put anything in there and charge your stuff up. Probably the main thing. Now, for the main thing that I did not do, because I had no idea, and clearly had no idea looking back at the footage, was that I've done a little bit more research this time. And I now know that, there's stuff to do in Dublin that we can go have a look at. So those were the main takeaways I learned from Lisbon to become a better all-round traveller. And, it's time now to put on my lucky hat, get packed, and head off to Dublin. Back to the home county. Funny fact, I say it's the old country, but I've never actually stepped foot there. So this is going to be the first time going there to St. Patrick's Day. The main reason why I'm going is just to see St. Patrick's Day in Dublin, and it's going to be a hoot and a riot, I think. But mainly going for the crack. But yeah, on a serious note, I do need to start packing because I have not packed a single thing, and we are leaving at silly o'clock in the morning, like I said. And yeah, we need to mosey on out of here. So I will see you for the airport montage in 3, 2, 1.